Physical education has been a part of our school system for many years. Although it helps students produce physically fit bodies, some school districts are decreasing the time allotment for these educational classes as today's school system is more focused on standardized test scores. A case study by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention showed that 73% of K through 12 schools allow students to be exempt from physical education requirements for one grade period or even longer. Likewise, only 66% of schools prohibit staff from excluding students from PE to punish them for bad behavior or failure to complete classwork from another class. These findings show that it's worthy to devote a substantial amount of time to prove the importance of mandatory gym and physical education programs in school. Many people associate physical education with a coach just rolling out a ball and having students play dodgeball. Majority also view physical education as an inferior subject. But PE and coaching are not only something that I care about, they are my chosen career path. I plan to show how schools that only participate in the minimum required physical education programs could benefit with adding more time and exercise into their routines. I want to dispel the connotations that PE is mundane and not worthy of credit. If you take a look at this first slide, it shows on this side, after 20 minutes of sitting quietly, you can tell that the brain is cold and the inactivity is shown. On this side, after 20 minutes of just walking alone, you can see that the brain activity is a lot more movement to it, and it actually helps and makes kids ready to learn. PE is an academic subject that provides a standard-based curriculum and instruction designed to help develop the knowledge and behaviors of physical activity, physical fitness, and motor skills in students. A 2014 policy brief by the CDC showed that schools require physical education or its equivalent. Only 3.7% of the K through 12 schools do that. According to Fit World, the provision of physical education is in decline across all world regions. Rising levels of physical inactivity, along with associated disease risk, have been described as a pandemic by the World Health Organization. Fit World also showed that the United States and the Physical Education Council prove that physical education has a grassroots program for activities that can help show these students being able to learn better by just being involved in PE. The National Association of Sport and Physical Education said that this generation has fitness concerns that are alarming. From the ages of 2 to 19 years old, 28% of children are obese. These obesity rates are being accompanied by behavioral and emotional problems, an increase in depression and anxiety. However, the role of physical education to alleviate these concerns should not be undermined. Since children spend the majority of their time in school, school districts can actually help step up and do their part. Sadly, despite some of the efforts and advantages of PE, it is still and will probably always be viewed as a marginal subject. A lot of the secondary English schools have cut times from PE from the 14 to 16-year-old students altogether. One of the main reasons for this is increased pressure to produce test exam results. Much of the time students would spend in PE lessons is now receiving extra tutoring on topics other than PE. In the United States, the CDC stated that nationwide only 27% of high school students are physically active for at least 60 minutes a day. Despite the evidence showing that these students can get many of their physical education minutes during class, these students do not attend PE. The number of high school students reporting daily to PE decreased significantly from 1991 at 42%, in 1995 to 25%. And that did not change as far as decline all the way until 2015. Given these statistics, I believe it's time to show the benefits of what physical education can do and how it can help the well-being of all students. First, physical education develops skills. Physical education can help motor, concept learning skills, strategic awareness, and they can learn some of these things through sports, hobbies, and games. Because all physical activity uses fundamental locomotor, non-locomotor, manipulative, and specialized movement skills, these skill sets are the foundation for adult activity and form the base component for what every child needs. If children develop these competencies in fundamental motor skills, they are much more likely to participate in physically active pursuits as adults. Regular physical education has academic performance benefits. Schools were clustered randomly and assigned to participate in a physical activity program according to one study. Children who were academically performing below their grade level were assigned to the physical activity program, and they were more likely to show increased performance on standardized tests than the students who did not participate in those programs. Findings suggest that participating in physical activity during educational lessons may facilitate and help memory. Part of the problem is that PE is often viewed as an opportunity for students to just enjoy themselves. In some cases, it is a form of stress relief and should serve as a break from traditional learning. Clearly, these areas are valuable for students and help their general well-being. But the role of PE is not merely to prop up and support learning of other subjects. Instead, it should provide meaningful learning experiences within itself. And while PE is often marginalized to make way for other subjects, it is the intellectual and academic value that is normally overlooked. In conclusion, I just want to say that physical education has been inappropriately stereotyped, and it is not a less academic subject compared to its counterparts. There's a huge misconception that it caters to the mere sports activities. On the contrary, it has tremendous benefits in terms of contributing to overall health and academic performance, and more developed psychological skills. Although there are current policies in place, there are still gaps that could be better implemented nationwide to address the decline of this engagement. This can be done by putting some serious efforts into the overhaul and the way we look at PE. Thank you.